Yo, what's up guys, your Jigging here, and if you're watching this, you're probably watching the replay at this point, but we are live with a Injustice 2 tutorial video. I just felt like going live on YouTube today, and also this will probably be the last live stream that I do on YouTube, because I got the, what's it called? Wow, don't bomb dink, this is live. The affiliate with Twitch. And YouTube's been a little like nutty lately and kind of unpredictable, so I'm gonna set up my affiliate status on Twitch. So I should be having that subscribe button for my next stream. So if you're interested in that, head over there and do that. But yeah, we are going to get into it here. As you can see, I have Firestorm and we have Deadshot. I wanted to go over some of the game mechanics that and how to use them better, like meet up and roll. Maybe if your character has an air dash, what to do there, and air escapes and that kind of thing. So I'm going to start with the meter and roll first, because I feel like that is, and if you have any questions, just post them in the chat there. I'll try and keep an eye on it so I can answer it. I want to give a shout out to you name it, we play it. They were the first one in the chat, so shouts to them. Okay, so meter and roll can be used in a couple different ways, either offensively or defensively. So let's say that you're having a hard time against Deadshot, and Deadshot is just zoning you out, keeping you full screen. My dog goes nuts because he doesn't like Deadshot either. Who does? Let's set the AI here to record. We'll have him go full screen, and he'll do this one. And you tried meter and roll in just to get hit by it. Or you try and you get hit out of your startup frames. So the best time to use this would be using the negative frames of Deadshot's attack here to meter and roll in. I missed it. Shit, now I look dumb. Let's try it again. So now, while he's recovering from the projectile, he can't really shoot another move, and you get to do the meter and roll in. I'm totally bombing this, by the way, but it's okay. As long as you get the main idea, that's all that I really care about. You see, I just reversed him there. That's one way you can use air dashes. So the next is if, say, you are Deadshot himself, and say you're zoning somebody, and you're zoning somebody, and you're on a stage like this, and you're starting to get to the corner, and they're going to, you don't want to be in the corner, you want to be mid-screen. So at this point, this is kind of when you would want to close some distance a little bit, like go from full screen, kind of in here, and then kind of, you really got to pick your moment, and then meter and roll the other side, dash, create your space, and now he has to chase you back the other way. Yes, it does take a bar meter to do the meter and roll, but hopefully by the time that you've made it all the way to where you need to use it, you will have already built enough meters so that doesn't really matter. So that's the meter and roll in a nutshell, just some extra ways to use it. It's a really good tool, it's really underutilized, I feel. You could also do it as a wake-up attack. I've used it a couple times and I get cornered and people are sitting there waiting for me to do a wake-up. And instead of wake-up, I'm just wake-up right into meter and roll, I'm out of the corner. So it's a little bit riskier, but it's something you can do. So second thing I want to talk about is the air escapes. Now they can be kind of tricky because depending on the air escape that you do, I don't know if I can set. Oh yes, I can. So depending on the air escape that you do, you could get caught in another combo, and that's where it comes down to lapping things. So you might have to learn a combo that a character is doing, and then kind of understand whether it's best to air escape up or air escape away, and that'll be kind of a read on your opponent, right? So that was a good air escape, right? If you would have air escaped up, probably not, because I would have landed and he would have had enough time to kind of, I don't know, punish him, because you don't land instantly when you get off of that. So you can air escape also off like a string. Like you see, he air escaped off the last hit there, even though I didn't really launch him. He air escaped anyways, and you can do that if I'm doing something like in the Molten Trap, and then you air escape away. You'd actually want to delay the air escape a little bit after that, but that's one way to kind of get out of it. I'll just teach you a little anti-firestorm tech there. Hold on, I got my stream playing in the background. It's messing with my head here. I'm going to take a second look at the chat here. What's up, everybody? Subscribe on Dink's Twitch for the best emotes. I'm going to get some great emotes going. I think I get one off the bat, so we're going to do that. Yeah, so that's the air escape. It's, you know, it's a lot of labbing and a lot of like trial and error with it. It's one of the, even though people who've been playing the game since release, there's still a lot of them that I find don't really use it as much, and especially in situations where at the end of the round you maybe have 2 bars and it's your only option. Like, you might as well go for it. So don't forget that it exists, guys. I'll talk about the push block a little bit here. What's a good string with? Sure, that'll work. So we got dead shots. Say we don't want to deal with this nonsense. We push block them. Let's do the other way, since I know Firestorm a little bit better. Push blocking is really good. Never forget about using it in the corner. Corner pressure can be pretty crazy. So let's say you got a Firestorm, he's doing meter burn starfish on you, and he's just chumping you, because of course that's not plus anymore. Why did he do that? So if you're going to push block, wait till after he uses his bar to use your bar. Then you're both kind of even. I see a lot of people that kind of do that prematurely. Of course, the exception to this would be if you're going to die from chip. You know, you might want to just push block the first one just to kind of get him off you. Another alternative is if he hits the vortex on you, and you guess correctly, push block that bitch and get the hell out of there. That way you don't have to guess again. You know, he's out over there and all that kind of stuff. So I'll talk about air dashing a little bit here. One thing I forgot to mention with the meter burn roll that is also important with the air dash is not all of them are equal. Some characters have better meter burn rolls than others. Some characters have worse. Some have more recovery on it. Some have more startup. And it's the same with air dashes. Some goes farther distance. Like Supergirl's got an insane distance on hers. Firestorm's is pretty good. Starfire's is pretty good. So you can use it, of course, in a couple ways offensively. Just for like a cross-up. You can try and do it instant, just for some quick movement if you want. Maybe try and land ambiguously, so they kind of have to guess which side you're on. Somebody asked if I play Fortnite. I do not play Fortnite, but if you happen to add me on Xbox, you might see that I am playing Fortnite, but it is not actually me playing Fortnite. How about that, huh? So you can also use air dash off interactables. So maybe you want to use an interactable, and he reads that you're going to do you're going to use it, and he goes for the anti-air, and you fake him out. Or you just want to create more distance. You can go there. It's like, say we're like right in the corner. I'm like, I don't want to be here. All of a sudden, I'm full screen all the way away from him because I use the interactable and the air dash. And of course, like always, you can cancel it into any air move that you want to do. So Firestorm, of course, only has his torpedo charge, but like Starfire can do stuff. Supergirl, you can use it in teleport. I'll show you something really fun with Supergirl. If you ever struggle against zoners, specifically Dr. Fate, she's really fun to do with this. Lord Noodles is in the house. Shablam. That's how he enters rooms when we hung out at Northern Arena last time. Superman. He doesn't say hello. He just enters and he goes, Shablam! I'm here. So Supergirl, a lot of the time, so say like Dr. Fate's like, really, I should have chosen Dr. Fate. I don't know why I didn't. I'm an idiot. But you can do her float into an air dash. And of course, Air dash back isn't as good as air dash forward, you'll see. Air dash into eye laser. Air dash into all sorts of delicious goodness. Damage. That was so much meter, it was ridiculous. Wonder Woman's 112 string is negative, right? Because people keep doing that move and I don't know how to get out of it. 112. I'd have to look into that. Actually, let's do that right now. That's why I'm here, right? That's why we're live. So I can answer your hard-earned questions. I don't know how you earn a question, but if you're going to earn a question, I answered it. Where's Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
There she is. Let's pick Aquaman. So, good sir, let's go over the 112, and we will. This goes into my next one that I want to show you about using practice mode. So we'll see if there's anything we can do about this 112 string. So let's go. We'll just sound the block for now. So there is no 112 string. First of all, which move are you talking about? 113, or is it back 112? So, let's find out, first of all, if there's a gap in this, and the frame data. So, frame data, so it's +2 on block. So, you kind of want to respect it. And we will set the AI to... Where's backdash? There it is. I'm an idiot. And if there's a gap there, the AI will indeed backdash it. And it will tell you that there is a gap there. Now, the second way to do this, to understand if there's another option we can do, is to set her to use that string on us, and then we can try different ways to go around it. So, oops. So right now I'm trying to meter burn back 3 it, and it is really tight. Backdash is way easier. So, I'll try to see if I can do a poke there. Nope, can't poke. So it's a very small gap there. So your only option is just to backdash it to avoid the plus frames, but with how tight it is, I might just, just take it. The first hit of it is a high, so if you find that they're like linking it into each other over and over again, you can just poke the high, because it'll whiff. Okay, let's have her do it. Oh, can she? I don't think she can even do it into it, because it would push back, right? Yeah, the first hit would totally miss. So even though she's plus, she would have to do like her down 1 or something, and you can just walk backwards and get out of it. So then her other strings are 2-2-3 string, which has a gap. Huge gap in it. You can definitely poke that one. Can't do try and rush though. You can do downrange the try and rush. You can also, I don't think, that one's weird. You can't, it's a big gap, but you can't meter burn back 3 it because she recovers. Like you see, it didn't say punish there. She recovers quickly enough to block it. I don't remember any Aquaman combos. I don't know why I chose him. But if you have like a really fast combo starter, like Harley Quinn or Catwoman, that would be the perfect time to use it. Is right in between that gap there. So that would be, if you want to find out gaps and stuff in strings, that would be how I would do it. Go into practice modes. First set the AI to backdash, because that will tell you where the gap is if there is a gap. And then you can set the AI to actually do the move, and then you can experiment with your options around it. So, yeah. That's that. I think that's all I wanted to talk about today as far as game mechanics go. I talked about the air dashing, air escape, beat up and roll, and covered a little bit of practice mode stuff. So, let me just catch up with the chat here. I'm stuck playing Injustice 1. What character did you play? I played Martian Manhunter. He was a lot of fun. I think you should play Aquaman. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, the oh, where did it go? I just had a great question. Shows how to fuzzy heavy mix-ups. See, that's really tough. I'll go with a character. I'll go with a character like Atrocitus, I guess. Atrocitus is a good one.
Firestorm. Atrocitus.
Keep forgetting I don't have to do that. I always practice in Gorilla City. You might have noticed that. I just like it for some reason. So of course, Atrocitus does have the forward 2-2-3 string. What's the puddle? Down back 1. I labbed this when the game came out. So the puddle is a Blood NATO is 20 frames to startup. So if we go to the 2-2-3 string, forward 2-2-3. So that's 22 frames startup. Well, that's on the second hit. It's just there's 2 overheads there. We'll assume that they're probably the same. So that means that this move is the mid part of it is 2 frames slower than the puddle. So if you wanted to block it, you would have to block down and then up. The overhead itself, actually that one's not even a true mix-up. I don't know why I'm going over that. But it's the same thing with the overhead. There's a 3-frame gap there where you'd have to choose between the overhead or, you know, blocking the low. And you can fuzzy it as long as you know. That's why I'm showing you this. You need to know what to block first. So you block low first and then high, because the puddle is faster than the hit that he's going to hit you with. With Atrocitus, most of the time, I'll try and fuzzy the first part of it, and then the second hit I'll just block low anyways, because I'd rather just not risk it and get hit by the overhead for not a whole lot of damage than get hit by the puddle for like 250 or something like that. So that's how I'd labbed it. That's things that I figured out. So do we have anything else? Lab there too with Grodd. Hell yeah, man. That makes sense. Go over staggers? Yeah, I can go over staggers. Firestorm's a good one to use with staggers. He's got a lot of them. I want to switch back to him. So of course with staggers, sometimes it's riskier than others depending on the stagger. A lot of Firestorms are safe. So we got this one is -7. And then this one is -5. So the more that you do, the safer you are. You do this one, you're -7. You do this one, you're -5. And if you do the whole string, you're neutral. But there is a gap at the end there. So between the last hit, there's a gap that if I set him to reverse one on, dash backwards, bash backwards. Actually, all of Firestorm string have a gap. That one will hit you if you backdash it. This is the only true block string here. So just keep that in mind if you're ever fighting Firestorm. A lot of the times he's like Wonder Woman, where he's going to recover quick enough that, you know, you're kind of screwed anyways. But but picking staggers, you want to go with stuff that's like low in the low negatives, because you're kind of relying on your opponent to not react. Like the forward 2 is a good one. I think that's -2. Yeah, -2. And you got to keep in mind the startup of your next attack too. So you can also use staggers to try and take advantage of your opponent reacting to you. So say you do something like this, and then you go into a down 1 afterwards, because you're going to make the read that your opponent's trying to react to the stagger and beat them to the punch with the down 1. Depending on the opponent, it might be worth it or not, you know. So that's basically it about staggers. You just gotta go by frame data and find something that's, you know, not punishable, and you know, the less punishable the better, of course, and just try and use more of like a mentality, you know. This one, back 1's a really good one. This is using a mix-up, so like you can do back 1 Molten Trap, or you can do the back 1 2, which is an overhead, or you just back 1 Starfish, or you just do back 1. Back 1 by itself is -4, so it's safe, but it's technically not your turn after, but that's what staggers are all about. Do we have anything else? What's your opinion on Superman? I think he's really good. I think he's really, really good. Yeah, I believe Stanlos asked about the staggers, or I just made it up. But I think that's all the time I have for today, guys. I really appreciate you coming out to this to the live stream. Like I mentioned, this will probably be the last one that's done on YouTube. I'll be doing it on Twitch from now on. So head over there. Link is usually in the description of my videos. And yeah, you know, #Bonehawks and all that stuff. And I will see all you guys in the next.